and shine, get up and go. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Grab a cup of coffee or hot cocoa. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Grab a cup of Java or espresso. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Tina Valentina is the host, you see. She's as classy as she can be. The co-host Greg has a lot to say. Well, he wouldn't have it any other way. Grab a cup of coffee or espresso with the Long Island Breakfast Club show. I said rise and shine, get up and go. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Grab a cup of coffee or espresso with the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Another cup of Java or espresso. Another cup of coffee or hot cocoa. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show.
Okay, I'm going to start with a song, Bobby. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Long Island Breakfast Club show. You know what? It's summertime, Valentina, and think of Wildwood Days when I think of summertime. So let's do a little Wildwood Days. Spring will soon be gone. Summer's coming on. And I'm dreaming of lots of summer love. All I think about after school is out, heading down that shore to have a ball once more. Whoa, 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 those wildwood days. Wild, wild, wildwood days. Oh, baby, every day is a holiday. Every night's a Saturday night. Oh, those wildwood days. Wild, wild, wildwood days. And then those bring those wildwood nights. Baby, you'll be gone, 'cause it's kissing time. We're gonna twist again, like remember when, sleeping on that beach 7 days a week, rocking every night till the early bright. Whoa, 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 those wildwood days. Oh, those wildwood days. Oh, baby, every day's a holiday. Every night's a Saturday night. Bring those wildwood days. Oh, those wildwood days. And then those. Here comes the keyboard part. It's summertime, wildwood days. Whoa, 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 those wildwood days. Yeah, those wildwood days. And baby, every day's a holiday. Every night's a Saturday night. Bring those wildwood days. Oh, those wildwood days. And then those. Bring those wildwood nights. Are you in a summer mood now or what?
I think so. Thank you, Bob. All
I'll
right.
drink to that.
Well, we always start the show off with celebrations. So today is Thursday, May 30th. Show 330. Can you
Wow,
believe it?
330.
Episode
Unbelievable.
20 here. We have some great people here today. We have Jeffrey Nanas, who we'll be speaking to from Nanas Shade and Nanas, and also from the Breakfast Club Band.
All right.
We now
The
are
Breakfast
connected
Club
with
Band.
the Breakfast Club Band.
No relation.
We have Bob D'Amato, and then we also have this wonderful lady, Lynn Faraday. She is from Oliver the Brave. We have her book here. We have this very nice Oliver the Brave here. Look at how cute he is. And Cancer Free. What is the name of that?
Color Me Cancer
Color
Free
Me
Foundation.
Cancer Free. We're going to talk about everything, but first, it's Susan Pinky's birthday.
Yay!
going to drink some wine for her birthday. Yeah. And you have a cake here. Come and get it. Susan is our girl and our woman that helps us with everything behind the scenes. She makes us coffee. She talks to the guests. She's a great part of the team. Here's your hat. There you go, Susan. Look at how beautiful she is. Look at her. She's gorgeous.
Wow.
And
Nice
Susan
chair.
Susan takes the greatest photos.
Yes, she does.
She really does.
So everybody's getting a cupcake. Susan has this special plaque in honor of her. Look at her beautiful picture there. Okay.
Beautiful.
Susie, look. Susie, come here. Look at this. That's her.
They're taking pictures.
Blowing kisses. Happy
Who made
birthday.
that?
I did. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Wait
Here
till
you
you
get
get the
your
bill.
own flower. Look. And you get a Vogue book from Vogue.
Wow.
Oh,
So, Susan, thank you for everything you do.
the Vogue book is to keep her in line.
That's pretty impressive.
And happy birthday. We're going to, everybody drink
Yeah.
your wine and we're going to start the show.
I'm coming back for my birthday.
Salute. Salute.
Yeah, we make a
birthday.
big deal on birthdays here, if you tell us. So you can actually put them on the plates. We'll give everyone a cupcake,
All
and
right.
we're going to start. Bob, first of
Beautiful.
all, what's happening with you? Quick.
Oh, there's a lot of things happening right now. This month, June, Sunday night, we're going to be. Everyone knows that I sing. You
Yes,
get
of
that
course.
right now, right?
Bob sings. He
I'm
does
going to be
everything.
at Cassiarano's Sunday night, starting
Great
at 6
restaurant,
o'clock,
one
right,
of our
with Danny.
sponsors,
Yes,
right?
one of your sponsors. And then on June 9th, on a Sunday, I'm going to be at the Broadway Tavern in Malvern.
Another nice place.
And then on the 26th, a Wednesday night. Oh, there's the schedule right there. It's up
Oh, there it is. Look
Well,
at
that's
all the
the
places
that's the
he's
full
going.
schedule, right up till September. And then on June 26th, I'm going to be at La Focaccia Wednesday night. It's this
something new.
Hot Wednesdays. He
Something
calls it,
new,
yes.
Hot Wednesdays. What about the Bat Boy? Is that coming back or what?
Bat Boy is coming back. There's a couple of dates on the calendar. I think one is like June 30th. I'm not really sure. I'll confirm that at
Okay.
another time.
Bob plays
George Steinbrenner.
George Steinberg
Oh,
in
nice.
the Bat Boy True
in
Story.
the Bat Boy play.
We know
The story of Ray DeGrone, right?
He's a big Yankee guy.
Right.
Yes.
He's one of the Breakfast Club fans too.
Yes.
He wrote a few books, and he started his career by painting on the walls of Yankee Stadium,
Yes.
and now he's a big shot. And George Steinbrenner almost threw him in jail.
And he gives back every day. He goes to children's hospitals, visits children, goes to schools and speaks to the kids. In fact, on June 11th, my daughter works for the New York City school system. He's coming to her school
How
to
nice!
speak that morning.
Very nice. So today is National Potato Day.
Oh, wow.
Eat a baked potato, eat a sweet potato, eat French fries, whatever.
I didn't
Have a
I
potato.
didn't have that in my calendar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
National Potato
You
Day.
didn't have that?
It's
Okay.
exciting.
Yeah,
Write
and
that-
National Creativity Day, which is what you're all about.
That's why I'm here.
So anyway, do that today, guys. And let's start out with Jeffrey Nannis.
Oh, that's me.
Now, I found him because his band is called The Breakfast Club. And I guess about a month or two, I've been trying to seek you out, right?
Yeah, you
Sending
sent
you little notes. I do that.
good messages going back and forth.
Yeah, and then you finally responded.
Right. But I thought you were going to send me a cease and desist letter, so I'm glad you didn't do that because of the name. So that worked out okay.
Well, congratulations to
Oh,
you
thanks.
on
Yes.
being part of the Breakfast Club team.
Yes.
Very exciting.
Because we always
Oh,
like
thank you.
having new
Cheers to
partners.
And especially the Breakfast Club band.
I know. It works out.
And
perfect.
now people are going to be sending me notes saying, so you have a band now?
That's right. They're going to be pretty
But
happy.
what I will do is say, talk to Jeff. He has a band.
Good talk to
And
them.
we're partnering. We're not, but we are.
Fair
We
enough.
are. So let's talk about first the legal side, what you do.
Okay.
Now, you are the bad guy as far as, the people in my book, because you are for the employer,
I'm an attorney
and
for
you help
employers.
the employer, you're going to let me go.
I help them, guide them through all the employment laws.
Right.
you know.
So in my book, everyone got let go. So
But
they're-
I wouldn't let they wouldn't let you go. I wouldn't let them let you.
Oh, thank you. See that? He's a nice guy.
And
But
do you work for a certain employer?
Well, we're a law firm. I'm
Oh,
a
a law
lawyer,
firm.
And a
Okay.
law firm is a bunch of different companies
Okay.
that we represent.
Nannis, Chayet, and Nannis.
Yep.
You're located in Jericho, not far away.
Correct.
And I think I worked in that building
Oh yeah.
when I temped, yeah,
Oh,
for a financial company. So you represent management in employment law, labor relations, HR, litigation.
yep.
So let's talk about, obviously we're on the other side, but, can an employer really dump me? Because that's what happened to me twice. Let's talk
Right.
turkey.
Well, I guess there could be a claim that it was for an unlawful reason. Like
Exactly.
in New York, it's an at-will employment state. So
Which I've heard that a lot.
right, which doesn't mean much because any employee could probably claim they're in some protected category.
Exactly.
And so they could say that was the reason they were.
And anyone can be let go, let's face it. But the word fired really means the same thing, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, let
Okay.
go is more general.
Exactly. You know, what do they say? That one word when they're downsizing.
Right.
Downsizing was
Restructuring
the
or layoff.
word of the year in 2018. Downsizing.
That was in vogue back then, yes.
Yeah. So, you know, there's no difference, but you don't use those words.
Well, I guess a layoff is usually due to business, not to performance.
Exactly.
And a discharge tends to be more performance, but there's a lot of gray area between.
So with performance, let's say an employer decides to never tell you about it, but it's in your file. Then what do? You hit them all at once and say, there's your problems, you're out.
Yeah, that's that's the reason why we advise employers to document.
You have
give
to
warning,
document.
because if the person claims that it was unlawful, you want to be able to show that it was a legitimate reason.
Right. And on the employee side,
That's
I
part.
always tell the people I coach, document. If they come in and give you some shit about something, write it down. Make sure you have the name, the time, what happened.
Right.
The email. Always save your emails. So it's both on both sides, really.
Sure.
I'm not on either side right now because I'm on my own.
Well, you're just trying to be nice to me, even though I'm on the employer side.
Right. Because there was a time when, you know, I wouldn't have been that nice if it was me. But I then cooled off and realized, you know, nobody's irreplaceable. Everybody's replaceable.
Be nice to your guests, okay?
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, everyone's replaceable. And anyone out there that thinks they're not, guess what?
Yeah.
They are. Because I know they replaced me with 3 people, but I was replaceable.
Oh, wow.
Because I was there for, 17 years.
Right.
And I did it all. But guess what? They changed it. So for anyone out there that thinks that your job is safe, it's not. But if you keep relations going and you do all the right stuff and you take your classes, it is. But then when when a lawyer like you comes into a company, they ask you, right, how do we go about this, right? Do they ask you advice or they just say, we want it gone?
No, there's a lot of advice, a lot of back and forth,
Right.
analyzing and the exposure. A lot of what I looked into is the exposure of letting somebody go and
Right.
and navigating that. And sometimes you might end up letting the person go with the separation agreement.
Which is nice if you get a
Yeah.
year, 2 years.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a rich one.
Yeah, I know.
So,
I got that.
Yeah.
I wish I had it now. But what about, when somebody goes, ugly?
Mm.
Then what happens? You just fight over it? They take you to court? Or,
Yeah. Anyway, if you let go, they could sue you. Or
and
get
then
a
you
letter,
represent
lawyer's
them in
letter.
court, right?
We represent the employer.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. That happens.
Yeah. So, but now on the other side, you do human resources,
Oh,
which
human
is separate, right? Administration, or what do you do?
Well, no, that's part of it. I give advice to HR people, so
Right.
I walk. They have employment issues, and we walk through the exposure and what the laws are, and I guide them in making decisions to try to avoid them being dragged into a litigation.
Okay, so now on the human resources side, I mean, you're not a human resource, but you help. You're like a
Right.
consultant.
I advise human resources.
Our opinion in the Breakfast Club is human resources suck in general in a company
Yeah.
because they don't help you. They lie to you. They say they're not going to tell the boss. They tell the boss what you said. And what are you supposed to do then? Then everybody knows that you're unhappy.
Right. Well, part of it is if human resources or if any supervisor is aware that you're complaining about something that's protected, then
It's their job, right.
they can't just ignore it.
No, they have
even
a
if you
job.
ask them to be quiet about it, they can't do it because if they don't tell anyone, then later you'll say,
Then you get let go.
well, then later on, if there's a lawsuit, they say, I told so and so about it, and they didn't do anything about it. So that's why it's tough for HR to
It
say
is.
we can keep it confidential. They really
Well,
have
when I
to
worked in the big
act
company,
on it.
there was a lot of HR people, and they all buzzed each other, and so everybody knew anyway.
Yeah.
But it's different now. Now most companies have consultants that come in and do the HR. It's changed drastically, unless it's a huge company,
Right. Or sometimes you have somebody having a couple of hats. They might handle payroll and they
Right,
take
people.
over the HR.
There's always
Right.
the person in front of the president that has the desk in front of him,
Right.
and that's what we call, you can't get past her.
All right.
If you do, you're lucky.
Uh-huh.
And when you do, then you're going to be able to talk to the boss.
Right.
Otherwise, she handles it, tells him, and he
That's
gives
the-
it to
that's the
someone
gatekeeper?
else. The
Yeah.
gatekeeper.
Yeah.
I was a gatekeeper for
Right.
an editor of a big publishing.
Do you have a
world.
gatekeeper here at the Breakfast Club that protects
No,
you?
I'm the
or-
gatekeeper.
I think you need a gatekeeper.
She does it
Should
all
one of you guys
now.
be a gatekeeper?
I'm a one-man band.
You do it all?
But I have great staff. Therese, who's our marketing. Susan, who does it all. And Jenny, who is everywhere and everything to us. And,
Jenny on the block.
and then we have a lot of volunteers. Volunteers make it easy, and everybody, which you'll know, should volunteer once in your life. Because if you're bored and you volunteer once, you're going to like it. You're going to be hanging out with people that are nice, that are not getting paid to do it, and want to be there.
And you learn new things.
And you learn. So I know you volunteer. We're going
It's
to be
a-
talking to you
it's
in
a
a
good
little bit.
thing.
Yeah. It's good for your health, it's good for your life, and it's good for your business. So do you do any kind of events like for charity or any kind of, things where you work with a charity?
One of the bands I'm in called Society Road, we do some charity.
Society Road.
Yeah. I'm in a
And
few different bands, actually. So
How
that-
many
that-
bands? This one? What
Well,
else?
pretty much 3. The Breakfast Club, the 80s band,
Mm-hmm.
Society Road, which does more yacht clubs and also
Oh,
charity
that's
work.
with the Puff Puff.
Yeah, that's like and some charity stuff too.
What's the name of the band on the yacht?
The Society Road band. that one.
Ooh.
And then Memory Lane is kind of like a trio. That's an acoustic trio.
Oh,
So those are-
nice. Memory
Yeah.
Lane. I like that.
Yeah.
So that's for a small little gathering.
Yeah, if you're in like a restaurant, you want a smaller group without drums, a little lower key.
Hmm. So do you have a favorite restaurant that you play in?
Oh, I love them all.
Yeah, we do too.
Very good.
See,
very
I'm a
good.
diplomat.
Good
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah, well, tell them about us because we do
Okay.
restaurants as well.
Okay,
And if you're playing at a gig, then they might sponsor you to come on again.
okay.
And that's what we do here. We work with restaurants, people, guys that sell wine, everybody and anyone. You could even bring your dog on.
Wow.
No, we do dogs too.
Oh, I'll be back.
We had a parrot once,
You
and the
had a dog?
parrot almost lost the whole studio.
A parrot?
Because it
You say a parrot?
ran- Yeah.
Even when Valentina can't make it, she sends people.
Yeah.
Last week we had people at
Yes.
the La Focaccia.
Yes, I
Right.
did. How did that go?
Good. It was great.
That was
Women.
Lori, and she had about
Right.
4 people, right? Four?
There was 4 of them all together.
Yeah, yeah. So we make our we're like little bees, okay? And we make our little buzzing everywhere we go, and that's what we try to do. And we ask our clients to do that.
They
for
have
us
a
as
rip.
well.
You have a ripple effect.
Ripple, yeah.
That's what you do.
We make a big deal. I don't know why, it just happens. But this is for our mascot. I brought him a toy. But I didn't know that he was 17. I thought he was a kid, a little boy. So I brought you a kaleidoscope. Okay? That's for you, honey.
Thank you. That was very nice.
We always try to give gifts to her.
Everyone loves a good kaleidoscope.
Yeah, well, you never know what's in
Doesn't
there. I didn't
matter.
look.
Oh
but-
yeah. Hey. This
Yeah,
is
it's
nice.
not bad. So we'll come back to you in a minute,
Sure.
and we're going to talk to Lynn Faraday. Now, how did we meet?
I forget the name of it. We were at the
Library?
East Meadow Library,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and
And I couldn't walk. I was crippled as could be. And
I
the
saw
first thing
her in
she
the
did was
parking
come
lot.
and help me. I'm like, that's it. She's my friend.
she was walking through the parking lot. And I was raised in East Meadow, by the way, so
Oh, okay.
that was my library back in the day. I live in Merrick now, but I saw her struggling to get up and to get into the building, and I said, can I help you?
And I said no. 3 times, and then finally,
I was like, are you sure? Are you sure?
she
but
came back
that's-
3 times.
This is what happens, you want to be nice to people. And then we started talking while we were inside, and you told me what you do, and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Here's what I do.
Yeah.
Yes, and
You know?
that's how we connected.
And that's what happened.
And when was
And-
this? Recent or?
A
Uh,
couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, a month and a half ago.
Oh, okay.
So
I
where was
lose
your
track
book
of
that I
time.
wanted to pick up? Here it is.
That
Where's your
one
book?
over there.
Oh, under here.
Beneath the music.
Okay, where's the music?
His music. Okay.
Oliver the Brave, Defender of Children,
Destroyer
Destroyer of Cancer. That is a very unique idea.
Wow.
This is my first book.
So what is the book, what does this great kid do
Okay,
that's underneath all this costume?
So Oliver the Brave, this character was created for a little boy I met in 2011. He was 2.5 years old, and actually my son was going to preschool. And we were, how the parents all wait outside when you go up to school, you're going to drop your kid, and everybody's all anxious. There was a dad there standing with this little boy on his shoulder, and I'm looking at him, like, what a beautiful child. He was just amazing looking kid. Turns out, as time went on, the sister was not showing up to school. I saw the mom in the lot crying a lot, and I went over to her because I'm a compassionate person.
You are very nice.
So I walked over to this mom, and she was in the car crying, and she told me that her little boy named Carson was diagnosed with stage 4 neuroblastoma, which is one of the most deadly cancers for children. I'm getting chills just saying this because it was and I can say this here, it was a
Emotional.
God moment
Yeah.
for me.
Mhm.
I knew the kid was sick the first time I saw him, but he looked absolutely perfect. I was getting this feeling that I had to confront her.
He's so cute.
Yeah, he's just adorable, beautiful child. And she started telling me the story that when she went to the doctor's office with him and he was diagnosed, they handed her a prescription to go see an oncologist. She's like, what? You know, my kid has cancer? You're giving me, this
In
is
one
what I
day?
get?
Yeah.
You know, so she was horrified. And she started telling me these stories. I got close with her. She couldn't send her daughter to school anymore. There was so much time in the hospital. Carson has 2 siblings, two sisters, and they couldn't really get all their stuff done anymore. It was really difficult for
She
them.
needed a lot of help at
They
home.
didn't have people at home helping out. I offered, to take the girls, do what I had to do to help her, just because I had felt such compassion for what they were going through. So she taught me that, the doctor's offices don't have information to hand you. They give you a script. It's like this, deafening,
so
horrible
different
thing.
than it used to be.
Right? And then the kids are in the hospital. They're there all the time, all these hours and hours of treatment, and there's nothing for them, to distract them. So I started, asking her, what can I do? Well, my son likes dinosaurs. He likes the T-Rex.
Obviously.
And that's what happened, where Oliver came to be because her son loves dinosaurs. So this story, Oliver the Brave, is about her family. And it talks about the three kids and the parents, the diagnosis, that he went for treatments, all the things that happened to them during this time.
Mm-hmm.
And
It says Oliver is a T-Rex knight living at the Castle Victorious,
yes. So
which is nice.
in this book, this is the family book, and it talks about exactly what happened to his family.
Hold
And
up.
it shows them here.
Yeah.
So you can see the family.
Beautiful illustration.
It's-
Who did the
it's-
illustration?
I do all the illustration.
So
I
you're
do
an
the
artist,
writing.
too.
Yes, well that's who I am. I'm an artist.
I love
and-
this. Forever you, knighted in love, strength, courage, and hope.
Yep.
And
So
then this.
that's where this came from. For that
This-
little family.
I could actually say this to my boyfriend. I am brave. I am strong. I believe.
Yeah.
So the tagline in here, when Oliver gets superpowers after he has a stem cell transplant, they take the kid to the brink of death and they take everything out of him and they put these new stem cells in to try and get rid of the cancer, that healthy stuff grows. Well, I have news for you. It worked. And this kid came out and it started really, getting healthy on that point. And it was important, for me to be able to say that, you have to believe in yourself. You have to have this family, strong family behind you and friends to bring this child forward. It can't just be one person. And the kid is horrified, the siblings are horrified, the parents are lost. So this book is about, kids coming together and running, a lemonade stand for Carson and, courage for Carson and all these things, go on.
Beautiful,
and the whole
really.
family stands up. I did events. We went to different things for this family to support them. They're a local family. They're in North Belmore. So I felt
Really?
really,
Very
truly, drawn to this.
Well, the coloring book I love too. When you get the book, you can get everything: the coloring book, the hardcover, or the soft cover.
So Color Me Cancer Free, the foundation, supports all children in the hospitals and the families while they're being treated, or even if they're at home. I've gone to different establishments that bring gifts to the kids' houses and the families. They run, fundraisers, but I send them books, coloring books, crayons. We're working on plushies. We're working on all kinds of different
Let's see
things.
one of the plushies.
This
Bring it
is
over.
Oliver, his draft. This is what they think he's going to look like.
Come on, Ball.
I want to do,
this.
every kid that
You
sees
give him
him
a
thinks
good
they can
hug.
take him home, and I can't give it to them yet. That is the
That's
prototype.
beautiful, though. Really.
That is
Okay.
the prototype from a local toy guy.
And you said you ordered this in Canada?
So, the mascot came from Canada. This is going to be created soon, I hope, in different sizes for the kids. And I wanted
Little
to have a
ones?
voice that'll
Mhm.
say, I am brave, I'm
Are
strong,
you
I
going to
believe
press
it.
it and it's going to have a voice?
Yep, that's his tagline. So I wanted to be able to record messages. They do that now. And, be able to say, I'm brave, I'm strong, I believe it. And that's a power statement for kids in treatment and for the families to stand behind them and say, I can kick this, I can do this. They're scared, but you know what? I'm stronger than that. And Oliver brings that, enthusiasm to the kids. He's like, you can do this, because his story is he was really sick, and then he had all these things happen to him, and he became Oliver the Brave, defender of all children. And so kids can go to this same place that he went, in their minds and their hearts, with their family backing them, and become brave knights too.
It could be like a whole trail of kids
There
wearing
is.
these things and going around and talking to
These are
people.
called power bracelets. This is what we
Very
give
nice.
them. The whole family gets them. All the kids get them. It says, "I'm brave, I am strong, I believe it." It's to inspire them. It's absolutely, in the back of another book that I created, which is for all children, is the same character, Oliver, but it's to help all children, because I believe that the children are the future, and not every child has the same advantages as like my children, Or
Right.
me growing up, going to private school. There were 6 of us in my family. My parents sent us all to private school.
Are you Irish?
Irish, German, Swiss.
Okay, because you have 6 kids.
Yeah.
That's usually Irish.
So it's a great thing to be able to empower every child, and they deserve it. And I feel that there are so many kids that get lost in systems that don't have
there
that
are.
backup.
That's true.
So all my stuff that I contact hospitals and ask them, how many kids are in their pediatric units. Can I send you samples? And if they love them, which most of them do, and can
Well,
you
this
make
is a
this
great
and can you
product.
make that? Different coloring books for all the
Yes.
seasons, and then I send it to them, because the foundation, I raise money. I do fundraisers. I'm always looking to raise money, and then I print out more stuff, and then I send it to the hospitals, and they get it free of charge, and they're really grateful. And when things are okay, Oliver's allowed to go in and visit the kids, and dance around with them. I've done to a couple of Christmas things, which were really
It's
fun.
really great.
It
Now,
is wonderful.
The families that play together heal together. Isn't that
Yes.
just
Yes.
in general?
It is the
Family
truth.
is the whole
It is the
bulk
truth.
of today's world.
And if you knew about coloring, the
Oh, yeah,
research
let's
on
talk about the
coloring,
coloring
oh
thing.
my goodness.
Yes.
So coloring is really one of the most wonderful things. And you see now every place you go, like Michael's, all these big stores, they have all of these coloring books for adults.
Yes, and they do it at the
Because-
senior centers.
Yes, because they're stress relievers, because everybody has still that creative urge in them. They need to, get it out and create things. Because
Right.
creation is what keeps you happy. It keeps you
Well,
young. It
it's true.
keeps you, motivated. So they've found that the kids coloring, just, in school and everything, is such a great distraction for them from what they're really going through.
Mm-hmm.
You give them a fun coloring book, and they're sitting there. They could be, with all these things in them, IVs, and they're still coloring away. And look, Mommy, look what I did. So when I do some events, I bring little frames, and I give them coloring sheets, with, say, different things on them. And I give it to them, and when they're done coloring, I put it into the frames for them so they can take
You're
it and hang
very
it up
like
on the wall.
bubbly. You're very into it. You
I
can
love
see,
children.
love it. How
I
long
love
were you
them.
doing this for this particular? How long ago did
So I
you meet
started
this child?
in 2011.
Okay, so it's a long time.
It's a long time, and then I started the foundation in 2018.
Which now you're just getting into it.
Yep. So we're
as long
really
as you go
developing
by
that.
the rules. That's a good thing. When
It's
you
a
have
501c3.
you have to go by
There's
the
a
rules.
lot of rules to follow, and
And
it is a lot to keep it up.
you
with
do,
all
and you need an
the
accountant if you don't have
the
one.
accountant and
He keeps
a
you
lawyer.
straight.
Yes.
And all these things, and it's really important to me. And all this stuff we did out of pocket because it was just something
Was
I
you
knew I
wanted to
had
do.
to do.
Mhm.
And I'm really happy that I did. And now it's starting to grow and to move, and and
Yeah.
I'm really pleased that we can continue to help families. I got requests from some of the hospitals for different items.
Have you been to Ronald McDonald yet?
So I did call them. He's
There you
taking
go.
his
You got
time.
it. All right. Thanks, honey.
See that?
I did contact them, and it's even like St. Jude. I wanted to get in there
Yeah,
and
that's
send
a
them
big
stuff.
one.
They're very hard to get into.
I know someone at St. Jude.
Well,
He was on
that's-
my show.
Well, that's wonderful
I'll get
because
you in
I
touch
do
with
want to
them.
send them stuff. It's all
We
for
should
free.
hook her up with Ray. Ray does
Yes.
similar work.
Yes. Also
And
with Ray
Ray
Negron.
Negron has a lot of outreach.
Yes.
He could get you into places that you thought you never could get
The other
into.
thing is in schools. I mean, do you go to schools?
Yes, so that's what we're starting now is getting into schools, and that would be mostly the Bring Out Your Brave book, which I gave you,
Mhm.
which is for all children. I think it's really important. We are starting to send them out. I need to make sure I had inventory. I have
Yes.
my costume. I want the girls'
well, you
costume.
have it all together, really.
Well, the girls' costume is a ladybug.
Oh,
so-
and you're going to be the ladybug?
I do dress as a ladybug and go out and see the kids.
This
I
is
just
a
have to tell
ladybug, we have,
you.
and you have yellow on today.
I didn't wear it today because I thought it'd be a little too much, but
Get
I
the
do
ladybug.
have a ladybug costume. It's a very special character. She's called Lucky Glory.
Oh,
that is
Lucky
Oliver's
Glory.
sidekick, and she brings the magic, and the girls just love ladybugs. And there's a lot more characters that I have that will go into a children's TV
So
show
is
that
this
I'm
your
working
first video that you're putting together, or you have
It
a
is.
video?
You-
See, so
What's the TV show about?
on.
Talk
It
a
is
little
all
bit
about Oliver the Brave empowering all children.
that. Okay.
And I'm looking for an animator. I'm looking for a director, someone that wants to help me get this going. And I have a big Bible, that show Bible. I hired a guy
Ready
to
for
help
ready.
me with it.
you
And
should
we are
come to
ready.
the Long Island Film Festival in September.
Yes.
It's
I
a
thought
big
about
show
that. I'm
for
like,
one whole
"How-"
week. You should come too. It's a blast. 4 days of seeing films, some good, some
Yeah.
bad, some gory, some fun. 20-minute films, all about true things that happen, or some untrue. But you tend to meet so many producers
Yes.
and directors there.
Well, it's like
And-
meeting you. I wouldn't have met you if I didn't. Somebody sent me the thing for the East Meadow Library,
Yes.
and my husband goes, "Do you want to go?" And I said, "Let's go. Let's see." And I met you. So look, and here I am.
Yes.
We're having cookies. We're talking about
And
my.
plus, if you ever need a real special video, you come and talk to Bobby.
Yes, I
You
did.
know.
I already talked to him because he loves my cookies, so I got
Okay,
him in.
there you
I
go.
just got to bring him a tray of cookies,
You know,
and I'm
I
in.
mean, everybody has to make a living, so we have to eventually get a sponsors for everything. But
Yes.
it's important. And then sometimes, because you are a charity, people sponsor charities to come on our show as well. So
Yes.
somebody
We're looking for sponsors.
sponsored you today. So
Yes,
You
and
know,
we're
it worked
always
out,
looking for sponsors, for donations, to somebody to help us with the event that we're planning for September. I did a lot with Steiner Sports
they're a
when
great
I first
company.
started. The attorney, by the way, worked for Steiner Sports. He was a friend of a friend. We went in there with Oliver. He loved it because he had a little girl in his life that had cancer, and so he helped us. We have a lot of these books signed by different athletes. And we are going to do an event. We're going to be auctioning, a lot of stuff with
Yeah, he
all
does a
different
lot.
famous players. I even did a Billy Joel piece
Really?
with Oliver playing a piano because I illustrate, right? So I
That's
make all
terrific.
these pieces of art, and then you get the people to sign it
You're
for
very
me.
creative, really. You are.
It's that
And you have that
it's
marketing
cookies.
buzz in you.
I do.
If
I
you
I
need some
love what I
extra,
do.
like just an opinion, you can always call me. And my team is, we put out something on the board and then we come up with something wild.
I love
Crazy
it.
self.
Well, you said that, and that's why I said, "Can I bring my mascot?" I guess I should have worn the ladybug outfit because I
Next
would have
time.
gotten a little more attention. But
Next
not
time,
that I'm an
because-
attention hog.
No, but when we have a little event,
Yeah.
when you have businesses come, that's the best thing for charity because if they like it, the other thing is you should go to daycares. My sister runs daycares, doing training at daycares. There's 1,000 daycares on Long Island.
We have talked about all that.
She does the CPR training for every person that works in a daycare. That's a lot of daycares, trust me. She goes all over. But those teachers in daycare, this would be good for the kids. So, you should think about that. I always tell people, give them free ideas because sometimes when you talk to other people, things happen. But the bottom line is, now you have a video.
I know, it's wonderful.
So from the
Thank
video, you can have another video, and then you just need actors for your video. Then if you make a screen, like a screen, what's that called? When you make a little screen of
Clips.
the video,
I
clips.
want to make a little clip.
You can enter it in the contest at the film center, and you could win
What I want for Oliver
the animated video.
is
That could win.
animation, and I did speak to a media company already, but they didn't do the animation that I want. I don't want my character just sitting there, my artwork, and then somebody voicing over.
Right.
Yeah,
I
you-
want them to move. I
Yeah.
need that because that's what the kids look at. This my other dream is to make a video game for the kids in the hospital.
That's great.
With Oliver in his castle, killing all the cancer cells, coming at them, in a nice way. No,
You need to
Right.
go on
Nothing
Shark
gory.
Tank.
Yes, but having
Yes.
fun beating up these bad guys that come up to take over Oliver's castle. There's no way it's going to happen
And
with
the
Oliver.
thing
and his
about
friends.
Shark Tank is, do you know what's his name? The good-looking one, the younger one, that he owns for sports. What's that guy?
Cuban.
Cuban.
Yeah.
Do you know I met Mark
That's
Cuban
okay.
when he was just a writer at my newspaper where I worked?
It's amazing.
He was just, like a freelance writer for us. My first day of work, I met him at the Javits Center and taught him the way, what to do with the Javits Center. Look at him now.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't even remember me, but he was a very nice guy.
He remembers you.
He
Val.
re-
And he
remembers
doesn't
you.
even look any different. He looks the same. He just got a little older. But I'm saying, look at him. He was nobody. Look at him now.
Yeah.
But Shark Tank, they have a thing where you can enter online, and if you get picked, you can take a chance. You're very good. I think she'd do well.
Yes.
Oliver's going to go far, and
Yeah.
I know it because it's my destiny to do this and to really work this out and grow it, and and help kids everywhere.
So people interested just finding out about everything, where
I have
do they
two
look?
I have two websites. Oliver the Brave is www.oliverthebrave.com, and Color Me Cancer Free is www.colormecancerfree.com. And
Very
you
nice.
can, when this one comes up, the cancer free one, there's donation buttons, there's all kinds of things. You can see all the photographs of
You
Carson.
have a great website. I
You can
saw
see
it.
Carson and his family and things that we've done and events on it. You can email me from there. It's just me.
That's great. You do
So,
a great job. Really.
Thank you so much.
I'm so
I love
happy
what
to
I
have you.
do. I work for a toy company
Well,
out
I
of
could
school.
tell. Really.
Yes.
Could you tell? Because I
Yes.
love kids and I love toys and I love
Were you
stuff.
there a long time?
I was there until they were ready to close.
There you
and
go.
then I went off on my own freelancing, and I freelanced in design packaging and characters for all different types of companies and gourmet food products and
very
things
nice.
like that. And then
So you
then
live
this happened.
around in East Meadow?
I live in Merrick now.
Oh, Merrick.
I live
Okay.
in Merrick. Yeah.
Do you
Very
go
talented.
to the restaurant where Steve Rosenbluth? What's the name of it? Susan, the name of the restaurant. Steve Rosenbluth.
Foot?
Rabbit Hole.
Rabbit hole.
No.
Oh, it's a great restaurant. Go tell Steve that you met us. Yeah, he's got it. Just reopened, and it's right next to that big fancy restaurant that everyone
Big
goes.
Italian one?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the horse?
Yes,
What is the name of that one? My
but
daughter
you
would be
should
mad
go
at me
see
that I don't
the
remember.
Rabbit Hole. Check it out.
I will.
Yeah, and
I
he's good at he's very nice to give you a gift card if
And
you
you
want.
can go to my favorite coffee shop,
Which
which
is?
is RS Beanery on Merrick Avenue.
Okay.
My dog, we talk about having dogs on here. I have a
Yeah.
Bernese Mountain Dog.
Oh my
And
gosh.
he's my other mascot. He'll have his own book very soon.
Really?
Yes.
Well, you're just writing away.
That I have so many books.
Do you ever
written.
sleep?
Yes, but not a lot. I
Well,
get
I
up
know.
nice and early
I don't sleep.
to walk
either.
the big dog. But the funny thing is, RS Beanery opens their back door and they're cooking bacon in there. So the dog would zoom from, we do a 2-mile walk every morning. He goes straight to the back door, he barks, and they go, Duncan! And they bring him bacon every morning. It's so amazing. So now all down
That's
Merrick
his name,
Avenue,
Duncan?
his name is Duncan. It's
Gotta get Dunkin' Donuts
no,
involved.
it's Duncan. You ready? Now it has to tie in with what I do, right?
All right.
Duncan from Scotland means dark-haired warrior.
Oh.
So my dog has dark hair with this tricolor with the rusty color and the white and the rusty eyebrows.
So that's a
Beautiful.
huge dog.
He's a big boy.
Is that the dog that some people make look like a lion?
No,
Oh,
it's,
yeah, I know
no,
the
it's
one. I
not
know
that
the
one,
one.
but I know the one you're talking about. No, looks more kind of like people think he's a Saint Bernard, but he's not.
Okay.
But he's a big boy. They're very gentle, but he is going to be a mascot also,
Wow, great.
and hopefully a service dog where the kids can pet him. So he's getting to the point where he's getting calmer. He'll be 3 soon. And I try and desensitize him that the kids love him. He's all over the kids, and it's just really great. So I could just keep adding
Good.
to our repertoire
Well,
when we
you're
go
a
to
great
do
lady.
things, right?
I'm sure you'll be back, and we'll do something
I
together.
hope to be back.
Now, Jeff, when's your next gig? Where is it?
Ooh, I
When
gotta
is
think.
it?
My next Breakfast Club gig is at Tiki Joe's in Cupsog.
Where is it?
Well, it's Cupsog. It's basically West Hampton.
Oh, okay. That we're not coming to. When's the
Okay.
next one?
Okay, we got another one. Let me see. We have one at Memories on
Oh,
June 21
Memories. They know
in
Memories, the
Williston
girls.
Park.
What date is that?
That's on June 21st.
Okay.
Actually, there's one on June 16th at the Baja Boathouse in
That's my
Patchogue.
birthday.
Oh,
Oh,
June
okay.
17th. Okay, Baja.
We can play birthday for you.
16.
June 16th.
That's June 16th. That one.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
one backwards.
where's the next one?
We want to have Popeye's Clam Bar in Quorum on July 12th.
Cool.
That's a far one. Yep. hmm
Okay.
We're like Nassau, but we go past.
Well,
we go-
memories. Memories.
Yeah, we go past
Yeah,
Patchogue.
Margaritas in Freeport on July
Oh,
21st.
we love that.
There. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
What's-
for you,
what date is
Valentina. That is July 21st.
Margaritas, guys. Maybe we'll
That's
do
my
that
birthday.
one.
Maybe I'll come and celebrate my birthday
Okay.
with you.
That's great.
You gonna sing?
That's-
So what's
No,
your website?
no gigs this year on my birthday. I had a gig last year on my birthday. No gigs this year.
He's
on
giving
my
that up.
birthday.
He works like he
So,
works
on my
like
birthday.
you. He's
I
got a
just said
list
on my
like you.
birthday.
Yeah.
I have a gig 2 days before, but not on my birthday.
He even plays Santa Claus.
I
He
I have
does.
gigs on my
I'm supposed to
birthday.
tell anybody.
In Christmas.
Actually, they love that when because then you could say it's your birthday and you get more people to come.
Yeah.
So, let's-
Yes. And what's your website for the band and what's your website for the business?
well, mostly we do it through Facebook. So if you look up on Facebook, Breakfast Club 80s Band, you'll find it,
Okay.
us there. And what was the other question? Ray?
The business. Like,
The
how do
business.
people find you? Is it mostly through the networking you belong to?
Yeah.
Is it all
mostly
lawyers? Is
referrals.
it a lawyer networking group, or is it
Right.
companies on Long Island? You know.
Accountants and attorneys, yeah, are
Accountants,
the biggest
yeah.
referral sources.
So
for
who's
me.
what's the industry that lays the most people off?
They all do. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, there's
I
a
like
lot
to
of-
ask these questions because
At least you're not partial to
Yeah.
these. They all do.
They used to have manufacturing on Long Island, but that was a long time ago. They went through a big wave of layoffs, but that was a long time
And
ago.
here's a question: do they really, when they talk to the employee on the phone, do they really tape you?
Well, there are all these laws about that. That's why when you call up, there's a lot of times recording.
Saying you will
that's
be
saying-
recorded,
and
right.
for business purposes, because so there are restrictions on when you can record
Mm-hmm.
audio. So
So it's called it's ncnlaw.com,
yep, yeah, that's our
and
website.
those are all the initials of all you people, right? All the people that work there. NCN.
And Nanesh Chayet. Well, actually, one's my father who passed away. I'm the last.
Oh,
Nanesh.
Chayet is your father?
see.
No, actually, he's the first. It's Nanesh Chayet. Nanesh.
Who's Chayet?
Cliff Chayet. He's my partner. He's still there.
All right. Well, Cliff, you got to come on next time and join us.
Cliff, and my other partner Matt. We can bring everyone
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Have a party.
Definitely. We always do
Okay.
that. We love to do
You know,
that.
there's nothing better than talking to employment lawyers. That's what
Well,
we're excited.
you know, unfortunately, we're a bunch of people that
not as exciting as
I
accountants.
call it. If you see my book, it's called Life After the Big Bad Boot.
But that's why he's also a keyboard player.
Right.
That's right.
Because there's a kick on that book. It's got a big boot,
Got a big booth there.
and there's a special someone who that boot is for. But we won't say who that
We'll leave
is.
that unsaid. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
So, you have any questions, or like you want to know anything about us that we've been unemployed for so long, but having a ball? We learned how
And
to
they go out a lot. They go
We
out
go
a lot.
out a lot,
Yeah.
Go
but
out
we
a-
learned how to, pick up the slack by doing little things. Less
Right.
is more.
Okay.
Some babysit, some do serving, some
Right.
do bartending. Some of us just do administrative work. Some of us do
Right.
parties.
Now, where
I
do you
mean-
learn about the little bottles of wine? Because they're a little bigger than the ones you get on an airplane,
Yes.
but they're not quite a.
Well, this is for the
like,
show
you get them as a
always.
6-pack?
Yes. And
Okay.
depending on which liquor store you go to,
All right.
you get a little cheaper. But for 4 of these is $8, which really isn't that bad.
That's a bargain.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
if you don't have drinkers, then you only use one. But,
Right.
on this show, everybody drinks.
Yeah. I'm
Because
trying to
they
do my
love
part.
it. And we always have a birthday, and that's why today was Susan's birthday.
Oh, happy
Today
birthday.
is
So-
the
birthday.
birthday.
You have a song you're going to sing. And
I-
Bob has something special for you today.
Bobby, we're going to do another song, Bobby. Susan, I picked out a very special song for you because you are one of the most special people that I know.
She's going to cry now.
Don't make her cry.
We have a little cry.
Don't make her cry. Screw it.
Susan, you truly are unforgettable. Just for you. Unforgettable. That's what you are. Unforgettable. Though near or far. Like a song of love that clings to me. How the thought of you does things to me. Never before has someone been more unforgettable in every way. And forevermore, that's how you'll stay. That's why, Susan, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you a little bit about Susan. She's probably one of the most caring people that we have ever met.
I think Jeff's crying too.
And wherever I've been singing for many years, Susan has been there. taking great photos. In fact, a lot of the marketing photos that you see online are taken by Susan. And she does it with such care. And she sends me all the photos. And she truly never forgets anybody on their birthdays or special days. She is really something. So Susan, you are one of my most unforgettable people.
Susan! Happy birthday!
Unforgettable in every way. And forevermore, that's how you'll stay. That's why, Susan, it's so incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too.
Wow.
Happy birthday, Susan. The very best to you.
Go, Susan. Go,
That was
Thank
some
you.
song.
That was
Bob, you
beautiful.
have that voice that just women can just melt. I swear.
June 16th, my birthday.
Okay.
I'd like a recording.
Let's see if we can come to your house and sing Unforgettable.
That'd be awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, next week Jenny is.
Well,
her
I
birthday.
will say one of the highlights when we do private parties, especially like for birthdays or for anniversaries.
Special meetings, right?
At the end of the evening, what we do at the private parties is we bring the whole family out in a circle, and I don't tell them I'm going to sing that song, and then I bring the guest of honor
It's
inside the
really
circle.
nice what you do.
And then we go into that, and sure enough, everybody ends up crying by the end of the night.
Yeah, it's a great
It's beautiful.
song. It really
and
is.
you sing so beautifully.
Thank
It's
you
really
so much.
very,
Thank
very
you.
nice.
And he has another song that we love. You don't have to sing it, but what's that Bobby? The Bobby sings
Bobby
about-
Rydell?
Bobby Rydell and the Bobby song.
Bobby Darin. Oh, Bobby
Yeah, Bobby
Darin.
Darin is one of his favorites.
Yes.
Yeah, and we have a member. Her name is Mackie, so
Yes.
he always sings "Mac the Night" for her, and she
Yeah.
usually dances up a storm
And
with everybody.
Susan, Jimmy Mack.
Jimmy Mac.
We do Jimmy
Susan's
Mack.
wedding name is Mac. She has 3 names.
Great.
She's a busy lady.
She's a busy
Very
lady.
busy lady. Yes.
A lot going on.
Yes, she
We
does.
love singing for Jimmy Mack. We sing
Yeah.
Jimmy Mack. Jimmy Mack, when are you coming back?
That's right. That's
Did she
right.
cry to that?
No.
She's pretty emotional, so she doesn't like attention. So today she doesn't have a choice, but you notice she's staying
Yes.
off the set. We got her to at least come to the show today. She wasn't coming. So we had to tell her the truth. I had to corner her in Dunkin' Donuts last night, put her against the wall and say, you have to come. And that's how we got her here.
I'm
'cause she
so
wasn't
glad
coming.
you showed up
That's a
because
tough
I
guy
love
to
meeting all
Yeah,
of
we're
you.
tough here, but we're nice. See,
she
in our
looks
club,
beautiful.
when we have our meetings,
Mm-hmm.
we don't allow bitches in.
No bitches.
No, because we did in the beginning.
Is that like the motto? Because
People know the first thing we say is, look, if you don't like us or you don't like the way we do things,
Not allowed.
we don't have rules.
Right.
We're rule breakers. We don't allow bitches.
One thing I will tell you, though, is that if they come to a show, they are the best audience.
And we come with
They
a crew.
really are. They come with a crew. They
And
really
sort
do.
of stupid things that we do. You know,
Yeah.
Stupid
like,
is good.
you know, happy birthday things, glasses, who knows?
I walk
A
around like
book.
a ladybug. I get it. I
Yeah,
understand.
you know,
Hey,
a
Jenna.
book.
I get it.
You know.
So, but we're really happy to still be here. And, you know, what I say to people is stop what you're doing today and start living your life. Because until you go through trauma or you go through something, you know, you don't do it, you know. And how many people do you know that really live their life? You do, because I can tell by everything you do. But I'm sure all of us know someone
Yes.
that doesn't. And, you know, take a breath and let go
And live your life.
and live and live. And like I said, the problem is maybe you did go through a bad time, but get over it, move on, do something you never did before. Go ice skating, which I couldn't do, I'd fall. But, you know, some people can, you know. So, yes, you're a band player, you have the keyboard, I'm sure you're wonderful. Maybe we'll have you play at one of our parties.
There's a little piano
Come on
over
the
here.
show.
You wanna play that?
And but the way I
My
talk
fingers
to
are too
women
fat.
and men, because it could go for women or men, especially now, leave a trail of glitter anywhere you go, and someone's going to remember that glitter, and do something nice for somebody, even if it's just $1. Buy them a cup of coffee. You'd be surprised how, you know. Once I was on McDonald's and someone brought me in front of me my meal. Instead,
Bought you
if
the
I
meal,
knew, I
right.
would have ordered more. But anyway, no, that's what life's about now. So I always ask my guests as it comes to an end is, what's something that, you never did before that maybe you want to do?
I totally want to jump out of an airplane.
Oh, she's dangerous.
In the worst way, I wanted to do it for my 50th birthday, and I was shot down on that one. You're not doing that.
Yeah, that's tough.
You have children. I was like, I know, but it's my life. If I want to splat, I want to go. It just.
How many kids do you have?
I have 4.
Oh, you got a lot of kids, and
I
you
have
came from
4.
a big family. So.
Yeah.
I did.
Are they young, or is he your youngest?
He's my youngest. I have a 34-year-old, 27, 25.
So you have grandchildren yet?
No.
No, all
I
right.
need grandchildren.
Well-
Can you see that? I have to work for other people's children because I don't have any grandchildren yet.
But you
Hope
will.
my kid's not
You will.
watching this.
Just keep saying it. Keep talking to
love
your daughter-in-law. Keep saying, when is the baby coming? I want the
They
baby.
love that.
Yeah.
They love that.
You know
Exactly.
what she said to me, my daughter-in-law, and I love her. She's the most beautiful human on this planet. She's the perfect
You're a
match
good
for my
mother-in-law,
son.
too.
We love each other so much. She said to me, if we were guaranteed, a child like Daniel, we would do it. And I looked at her and I said,
There's no guarantees
all
in
right.
life.
I said, I've heard that one before, but guess what? It was about your husband. One of my siblings said to me, if we were guaranteed a child like your son Thomas, we'd have him. I said, guys, come on now. That's just,
That was a good answer.
that's,
Hmm.
you just have to do what you love. And, children are amazing. And I really, truly believe that, they are the future of this world.
They
And,
are.
I want to
Yes.
help everyone I can and enjoy them. I felt like stealing this little kid in the supermarket today. He was so darn cute.
Well, you do that.
The
Yeah,
mom kept driving by me with the cart, and I was like, "Oh my God, this baby!"
See,
It's
I'd
like
advise
so
you not to do
gorgeous."
that.
yeah,
I-
no, you get in trouble.
I know better, but I just can't resist, a
Kids,
beautiful
yeah.
child and seeing them smile and have fun. And
You'll be
it's-
doing that.
I am introducing you to
dance.
Ray Negron.
Yeah,
Would
you're
be
going to be
great.
doing that dance with the, when you dress up as the ladybug in front of the kids. I know
I
it.
know.
So, Jeff, what's something you've never done that you might want to do or that you don't know what you want to do?
I think I want to drink a beer and watch you on TV jumping out of the
Yes.
airplane.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds
Be a
good.
bestseller, a big hit.
You have a hobby other than the band,
That takes up most of
It
my
is a
time.
lot of time, right? And sometimes you have a lot of politics, right? Because this one doesn't want to do this gig, and that one doesn't want to do this
there
gig.
is, sometimes it can be a little, there's
band
a
drama.
little
Yeah.
band drama going on.
No
Um,
ladies in the bands?
Sure, we have ladies in the
Oh,
band. We
you
have
do?
One of our main singers, Sheila.
Sheila, we have to meet
Fitzpatrick.
Sheila
She's an
then.
excellent
I
singer.
used to have a keyboard player that used to fill in for me, and whenever I was getting ready for the gig, he would always say, "Bob, I want to come back as a female singer."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, they have less equipment.
Yes.
They don't have to.
So now you just went on one of your bucket lists. You went to
We
Europe.
went to Europe to 4 different countries: Portugal, Spain, France, and Italy. And,
Just got back.
Just got back a little
How
while
was
ago.
it?
Oh my God, it was off the hook, really. So here's something real quick. It's going to take 30 seconds.
Go ahead.
You say keep, just ask.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how about this? In October, I met with Mr. Wayne Newton, Mr. Las Vegas, and I
Whoa,
said, Wayne,
we love him.
I said, Wayne, I'm a singer and I want to sing on stage with you, and it may happen.
That'd be
Yes.
awesome.
So you see, you just got to ask.
You gotta
Yeah, well, if you don't ask, you don't know. Same thing if you
Who
didn't
would
want
have
to raise.
thought that I'd meet with him and he would meet with me and even consider it?
Well, that's life, If you don't ask, you don't know.
That's right.
Plus, if you go to events, I'm an event person because I'll spend the money on an expensive event once and sit at a table with everyone at that table that paid that money. Those are the people in the know that maybe you can get a gig from, a job from, or whatever.
And what's the one thing that you want to do?
I want to be on the float, the Italian American Parade next year,
Okay.
Columbus Day.
You will
On
be.
top.
That's
Okay.
right. Yeah,
Yep.
I have heard you say that before.
Yeah, I
Okay.
couldn't do it this past
Okay.
year because I was sick. And I have to be able to climb
next
it.
year.
So I need a lot of
Okay.
men to
This year, you
push
mean?
me up.
October.
October, maybe.
October,
Last
okay.
year I got sick. I couldn't do it. But
I could see that.
yeah,
I could see it.
a lot of my clients, believe it or not, are Italian. I don't know why, but we just
So, ladies and
tend to do
gentlemen,
that.
make sure that you watch the parade this year. Valentina
Next
will
year,
be.
we
No, this
hope.
year, October.
Maybe,
Gotta get
maybe.
maybe.
We'll
Okay.
see how these
We'll see you on the floor.
legs are going.
And
But everybody, please share the show. Tell everybody, share it wherever you can. Tell them that we have lots of sponsorships here available. Bobby Lacera is the owner of this wonderful place. If you ever want to rent it,
He is the best.
need a video, call me. Everybody's here. You can reach them through me. And please think about these 2 vendors, and of course Bob D'Amato, everybody knows him, to use them for your services because that's what matters today. And on that note, Happy birthday,
Susan.
Susan. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.